Good day, students. I am Amisha Shirudkar Pednekar, Assistant Professor in the Department of Botany at Parvatibai Chogale College of Arts and Science, Margam. Today we will be seeing early land plants, Rhynia, from the unit Pteridophytes. Outline, we will be seeing the systematic position, introduction, Rhynia morphology, Rhynia anatomy of the rhizome and the aerial shoot, Rhynia reproductive structure, that is the sporangia, and the spore of Rhynia. Learning outcome describes the early day plant Rhynia. Systematic position. Division is Pteridophyta, class is Rhyniopsida, order is Rhyniales, family Rhyniaceae, and genus is Rhynia. Introduction. The geological occurrence of Rhynia is in the lower Devonian era. The geographical distribution of Rhynia is known only from Rhyniaceae in Scotland. Coming to the morphology of Rhynia. Kidston and Lang in 1917 discovered the fossils of Rhynia. Two species, namely Rhynia major and Rhynia gwenwoghani, were found preserved as whole plants in a petrified condition. These plants grew in the vicinity of a silica-rich hot spring. Rhynia was a herbaceous plant. The plant consisted of a subterranean, prostrate, cylindrical and dichotomously branched rhizome which had dichotomously branched leafless aerial shoots as seen in the picture. The aerial shoots of Rhynia major were estimated to be 50 centimeters long and 6 millimeters in diameter, and those of Rhynia gwenwoghani were comparatively smaller. Rhynia plants lacked roots, but it showed the presence of a tuft of rhizoids, which was present on the lower portion of the subterranean rhizome. Many adventitious branches were found in the rhizome and the aerial shoots, and they were probably the means of vegetative reproduction. The aerial branches bore a pear-shaped terminal sporangia, again as seen in the picture. Coming to the anatomy of Rhynia, the anatomy of the rhizome and the aerial shoot. Anatomical studies showed that Rhynia showed three major parts: the epidermis, the cortex, and the vascular bundles. Let's see them one by one. Firstly, speaking about the anatomy of Rhynia epidermis. The epidermis, as we all know, is the outermost layer. In this case, this epidermis is thick-walled and shows the presence of a thick layer of cuticle. The aerial shoots had stomata with two guard cells and were surrounded by many subsidiary cells. Coming to the anatomy of the cortex. The cortex in this case was distinguished with an outer region and an inner region. The outer region consisted of 1 to 4 layers, and these layers were made up of cells which were compactly arranged and were angular parenchymatous cells. This region perhaps represented the hypodermis. The inner cortex also consisted of parenchymatous cells, however, here with intercellular spaces which were connected to the outer stomata. The cortex also showed the presence of some fungal hyphae. Moving to the vascular system of Rhynia, a protostele was seen present in the central zone of the shoot and the rhizome, in which the phloem surrounded the xylem. The xylem was made up of tracheids with annular and spiral thickenings. The phloem consisted of 4 to 5 layers of thin-walled elongated cells with oblique end walls. There were some minute sieve-like areas on the lateral walls of the phloem cells. The endodermis and pericycle, however, were not distinct. Moving to the reproductive structure, the spore-producing structure called the sporangia. The sporangia were present singly, terminally on the aerial shoots. The sporangia were more or less oval in structure as seen in the image, and size-wise they were 12 millimeters long and 4 millimeters wide. This sporangium had a multi-layered jacket which showed the presence of an outer wall, some mid layers and the innermost layer. The outer wall was made up of thick-walled cells. Then 2 to 3 layers of thin-walled palisade-like rectangular cells. And then the innermost layer had small rounded cells which seemed to be the tapetum. There were many spore tetrads present in this sporangia. Coming to the Rhynia spore, the spore of Rhynia was 65 microns in size. Rhynia showed the presence of only one kind of spores. Therefore, the plant was homosporous in nature. These spores had a thick cutinized wall. The gametophyte in pteridophytes is generally very fragile, but however, there is no information of gametophyte in Rhynia that is known. Let's summarize what we have just seen. We saw the early day plant Rhynia. Rhynia was not differentiated into root, stem and leaves. However, it bore an aerial shoot which was dichotomously branched. These aerial shoot had a terminal sporangia. This sporangia was oval in structure. This sporangia was about 12 millimeters long and 4 millimeters wide. The sporangia bore the spores which were about 65 microns in size. The anatomical studies of Rhynia are also known. Rhynia anatomy shows the presence of 3 major parts: the epidermis, the cortex and the central vascular tissue. The epidermis is thick-walled with an thick-walled cuticle. Also, it showed the presence of stomatal cells. The cortical region was divided into 2 types or 2 regions, the outer cortex and the inner cortex. The outer cortex, made up of 1 to 4 layers of parenchymatous cells, could have probably been the hypodermis. The inner cortex consists of parenchymatous cells with intercellular spaces. Also, it was noted that the cortex had the presence of some fungal hyphae. The vasculature here was a simple protostele where the phloem surrounded the xylem. It also showed the presence of tracheids in the xylem with annular or spiral thickenings. The phloem was seen to be consisting of 4 to 5 layers of thin-walled elongated cells with oblique end walls. Also, minute sieve-like areas were seen on the lateral walls of phloem. However, in a plant like Rhynia, the endodermis and pericycle were not distinct at all. The reproductive structure sporangia we saw, which was oval shaped, which was present at the tip of the aerial shoot, which had a multi-layered jacket. The outer wall made up of thick-walled cells, the mid layers made up of thin-walled palisade cells, and then the innermost layer which had small rounded cells which seemed to be like the tapetum. A lot of spore tetrads we saw already were found in this sporangium. And then we saw the Rhynia spore, which also had a thick cutinized wall. All the spores were of the same kind, so that it was homosporous in nature, and the size of the spore was 65 microns. The gametophyte information about Rhynia is not known. These are my references.